I love you, Beth Cooper.
Welcome to Paradise List. And today we're counting down the top 10 movies which portray a chemistry between high school nerdy guy and beautiful girl. In this list, we're looking at all those geeky, nerdy, and antisocial big screen dudes who get the popular and hot girls they're crushing over. There are not a lot of movies covering this topic, so we have to satisfy what we have. Also, some of these movies are not the best, so keep it in mind and let's begin. Number 10, Happy Death Day.
Oh, hey, you're up.
Am I in a dorm room?
It's a playfully dark comedy about a sorority student named Tree, who's having a pretty normal selfish vapid day until a maniac kills her right at the end of it. Instead of staying dead, she wakes up at the start of the day, knowing everything that's going to happen to her. She tries to avoid getting killed the same way, and then dies another way and goes right back to the beginning, and so on. Happy Death Day looks like a horror movie, and sometimes it even acts like it, but it's not really trying to frighten you. Every time Tree dies, she wakes up with residual pain from a last murder. Every day she gets weaker, so her clock is on an endless loop, but it's ticking, with an interesting storyline. We get some romance with the main character and with a nerd who helps her with this journey. Happy Death Day is a 2017 American black comedy slasher film. It grossed $125 million worldwide on a $4.8 million budget, with critics deeming the film entertaining and praising Roth's performance while acknowledging the familiar premise.
All units, we've got a 187.
Number 9, Zombieland. After a virus turns most people into zombies, the world's surviving humans remain locked in an ongoing battle against the hungry undead. The movie is narrated by a guy played by Jesse Eisenberg, named after his hometown of Columbus, Ohio, who is making his way back home across a zombie-infested America. The landscape is strewn with burned-out cars and dead bodies. He encounters another non-zombie survivor, Tallahassee. The two team up, not without many disagreements, and eventually find two healthy women, Wichita and her little sister Little Rock. Fighting with zombies, nerd Columbus fall for Wichita, who is way out of his league. This came out in a time where zombie movies especially started to really saturate the market. But luckily, Zombieland found a way to stand out amongst the pack, have its own flavor, and really just be a refreshing experience. With great direction, humor, everything put this story together. It was so fresh and unique.
You guys want some Purell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 8, Paper Towns.
Are you gonna spend the rest of high school pining for this girl?
Adapted from the best-selling novel by author John Green, Paper Towns is a coming-of-age story centering on young and shy Quentin is in for the night of his life when Margot, the most popular student in high school, recruits him to help her play mischievous pranks on the friends who betrayed her. The next day, however, the mysterious Margot is nowhere to be found. With help from a few buddies and some cryptic clues that she left behind, Quentin embarks on an obsessive mission to find the girl who stole his heart and made him feel truly alive. The search leads Quentin and his quick-witted friends on an exhilarating adventure. To track down Margot, Quentin must find a deeper understanding of true friendship and true love. Paper Towns is a 2015 American romantic mystery comedy drama film directed by Jake Schreier. It grossed over $85 million worldwide against a $12 million budget. However, the film received mixed reviews.
Everyone gets a miracle. My miracle is Margot Ross Spiegelman.
Number 7, Chemical Hearts. A student transfers to a new high school and joins the newspaper club where she meets a young man who challenges her status quo and makes her reevaluate herself. Lily Reinhart and Austin Abrams star as Grace and Henry. Grace is the transfer student and is clearly not okay in the emotional stability realm. She is dealing with something that is deeply affecting her. Henry is semi-lonely and geeky, and he has trouble expressing his emotions verbally. In writing, he can beautifully tell you every aspect of his emotional spectrum, but if he has to say it out loud, he just can't find the words. The two leads are really good together. Their chemistry begins to grow over the course of the story. The overall tone of the film is dramatic. The movie feels like we are really watching a true friendship develop, and it does transform into a sort of love relationship, and that comes with all of the pitfalls and emotional that any type of relationship that transitions from friendship into something more will experience. Chemical Hearts is an Amazon original, a romantic drama that takes a look at relationships and the path to healing. Number 6, I Love You, Beth Cooper. Nerdy teenager Dennis Kuverman harbors a secret crush on Beth Cooper, the hottest girl in high school. During his graduation speech, Dennis lets the cat out of the bag and declares his love for Beth, who instead of dissing Dennis, shows up at his house later that day and promises to show him the time of his life. I Love You, Beth Cooper is a 2009 American teen romantic comedy film. Directed by Chris Columbus and starring Hayden Panettiere and Paul Rust, it is based on the novel by Larry Doyle. The movie has a lot of crazy actions to enjoy, especially from Beth, who is the most beautiful girl in the school. However, The movie has a lot of bad reviews and ratings, but if you're looking for a good movie to sit and enjoy, you're gonna love this one.
You gotta get out more often.
Number 5, Cant Buy Me Love. In 80s classic movie Cant Buy Me Love starring Patrick Dempsey and Amanda Peterson in a story about a nerd at a high school in Tucson, Arizona, who gives a cheerleader $1,000 to pretend to be his girlfriend for a month. He buys basically a relationship with her briefly, so that he can become popular. She helps to kind of work him into the popular crowd, update his fashion sense in a way, and so on, and surprisingly it works. In this process, Ronald's former best friend gets left behind, also presents a problem in that these two aren't really dating. And they only plan this for months. Of course it's going to be an issue along the way as far as when they try to break up and still maintain their standings within their social circles, not to mention deal with any feelings that they may have developed during this fake relationship. Overall, it's really fun comedy, it's still relevant, holds up really well, and it's a good movie with some interesting storyline. The acting was pretty good, and it's just a fun movie to watch with friends. Cant Buy Me Love is a 1987 American teen romantic comedy film directed by Steve Rash. If you're made it this far, I think you enjoying the video. Now would be a great time to subscribe to Paradise List. Subscribing is absolutely free, and it helps me bring you more content. Number 4, Geek Charming. Film geek Josh is looking for the subject of his new documentary, when a chance meeting puts the perfect star in his sights: Dylan, his school's most popular junior. But Dylan's hopes of using the film to become Blossom Queen don't quite match with Josh's goal to make a hard-hitting expose about popularity. Two leads are really good together. Their chemistry begins to grow over the course of the story, so overall not a bad movie in this genre. Geek Charming is a 2011 Disney Channel original movie, directed by Jeffrey Hornaday. The premiere was watched by 4.9 million viewers, the 5th largest number for a cable show of that week. Number 3, The Girl Next Door. The Girl Next Door is all about nerd get the girl movie, but I won't go into detail about it in this video, because I have included a link to my previous video, which explains it. Number 2, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Scott Pilgrim is this loner kid, he's a dork, and he meets this girl Ramona, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and he basically falls head over heels in love with her, and he follows her around everywhere, and they start hanging out, and eventually he discovers that she has evil exes, relationships she has previously had, that want to kill Scott, and they challenge him to many duels. This movie is like anime and video games combined. The way Edgar Wright directed this movie was so stylish. The use of colors, the many hints of things with X's in the background you see throughout the movie, the way that the film's humor is crafted, it's also well done. Also, the music in this movie is fantastic. There are excellent songs in this film, and the music plays just as big a part as the visual look of the film. It really adds something to the movie. It is extremely impressively directed. It has great fight scenes. It's actually really funny, and has great supporting characters. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is a 2010 romantic action comedy film. The film received positive reviews from critics, who noted its visual style and humor. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World has made several top 10 lists and received over 70 awards and nominations. Before we unveil number 1, here are some honorable mentions.
Hey, Summer.
Yes?
I was just gonna see you.
But she's a mutant. What if she never dates?
And you'll never date.
Would you be my boyfriend for 5 minutes?
What?
Number 1, Superbad. Seth is a pudgy, dopey high school senior who desperately wants to party with popular kids and lose his virginity before graduation. When he decides that his home ex-partner Jewel is the lady he wants to score with, Seth rallies together a group of dudes to get into a party and into bed with the girls of their dreams. Superbad is a 2007 American coming-of-age teen buddy comedy film, directed by Greg Mottola. The film received positive reviews, with critics praising the dialogue and the chemistry between the two leads, as well as the performances of the supporting cast. The film also proved financially successful, grossing over $170 million on a $20 million budget. It has garnered acclaim as one of the best comedies of the 2000s, and as one of the best high school movies of all time. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. We missed your favorite high school movie. Let us know in the comments.